What the fuck? Now who the hell? The fuck? I can't lie, I'm disgusted, but at the same time I'm intrigued. Like, what are you watching anyway? What, Doja, yeah? My G? What can I say? I know good food when I see it. Wait, what am I even doing? Who are you and what the fuck is going on? It took so long to come home. I had to occupy myself some way until you came back. But I'm a clone. I've been sent by the government to kill you. What was that? You've been sent to do what? Whoa. I'm on your side. What is going on? Is this a prank? Ashton Kutcher, come out. I understood that reference. This isn't the time for jokes. That got in. Listen, can we talk this out? I will talk, you will listen. Okay, boss, okay, we'll talk. But once I finish, you know. No way. No way. Stay where you are. Listen, whether you like it or not, I'm getting that lotion. And that will be the last thing you ever reach for. You know what? I like you. But if you shoot, you better pray to God that you don't miss. Welcome to Agents of Screen, the first and only place to come to for movie reviews live at the cinema. We're here and we've just finished watching Gemini Man, in which Will Smith is a retired hitman who's betrayed by the government and is targeted by a younger version of himself. So James, I'm going to come to you first. With your first impression, what did you think?
Better than the trailer made it out to be honest. I saw the trailer and I thought, not too bad. It looks a bit bait, but I was actually quite surprised. I thought it was going to be a bit garbage, but it ended up actually being alright. Not amazing, but alright. And actually better CGI than some of the films that we've been watching. Nah, I'm sorry. Look, you and I have watched a lot of Marvel films recently, and some of those CGI scenes have been horrendous. And I have to say, his clone version of himself is better than Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster armor. I mean, come on.
Wow, James is on one today. So first impressions, I agree with one thing that James said there. The film was alright. In terms of CGI, it was bogus. We'll get into it later, yeah, but the film was alright. CGI was bogus, yeah.
So fair enough, you guys have spoken about the CGI, you know. That was like the headline for this film. Some groundbreaking, first to be used CGI, never been used before in any type of film. Yeah, obviously de-aging has been done, as you said, in Marvel films, but this specific technique that they've done for this it's brand new. My first impression of this film is, in terms of the CGI, it's like a vagina. But wait. Relax. When I say that, I mean like from a distance, it's quite appealing. But when you're under close inspection, it's actually quite off-putting.
I don't know, the closer I get, the better it is.
Fair enough. Okay. Not all of them. Some of them can be baggy. But anyways, speaking of which, let's talk about things we enjoyed about the film.
Good,
yeah?
I had that link.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah,
what did you enjoy about the film?
You know, there's a couple of scenes in this movie which I think showcase Will Smith's talent. I'm a fan of Will Smith from Fresh Prince. He's a great actor. He doesn't always get the opportunity to showcase it. He got some times here when he was his younger self to really show the emotion he can portray on screen. So I quite enjoyed that.
So Will Smith, like he said, he had some really good scenes, like when he was under, I think it was like some church or something, and he was explaining to his younger self about himself.
Okay, yeah.
I thought that was quite a powerful scene. The action scenes were mad, particularly like the motorbike scene. What I actually thought was sick about that motorbike scene, there was a lot of things going on there which looked really mad. I was quite impressed by that. Also, the actress, I can't remember her name, she was a bad
main
bitch.
actress.
Yeah, she was a bad bitch in this film.
Raw.
Yeah, she went on sick. She knew how to handle herself very well, and then that showed throughout the entire film.
One thing that I liked, it's going to be a like and a dislike. There's aspects about the CGI that I enjoyed, and I can understand like this is something groundbreaking, so I can understand why they say that. You know, like when someone does something for the first time, then when people see that, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they done. I can then improve on that. So someone has to be the guinea pig, so people can improve upon whatever is the original idea, if that's what I mean. So in that sense, at times the CGI was really good. At times.
Exactly.
At times.
This is what I can understand. I will get into that a bit more.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something else I liked as well. So you talk about groundbreaking technology. So you mentioned it's the first film to be filmed 120 frames per second. You could really tell, not from the CGI perspective, but just the normal cinematography, all the views, the portraits. It's gonna sound so stupid, but it just looked so crystal clear. So that I really liked, but I just feel like the CGI crossover had some flaws.
One other thing quickly before we go into dislikes that I enjoyed about the film, I thought the opening sequence, I won't spoil what it is, but that whole opening sequence with the train, I thought that was quite sick. I thought that was quite kind of set the precedent for his character, showed you what Henry Brogan is all about, so I enjoyed that scene a lot.
Have you seen the film Shooter with Mark Wahlberg?
I have not.
Good film. That scene reminded me of that film.
Also made into a TV show, which is on Netflix. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Sick
What's it
show.
called?
Shooter. Yeah, Shooter, the TV show, yeah.
Now we're gonna get into, it didn't seem like we had much to like about the film, to be fair. We will see how the scores go, but let's talk about what we didn't like about the film. As I said, my like was also a dislike. So in the CGI, at times it looked appalling. Like that scene at the end, it looked shocking. Oh my god, I was thinking, what happened? What happened? How did this get approved? But my gripe was that in backgrounds that didn't really need it, like there's a scene where two people are having some dinner and that background was CGI. I could tell. I don't know if I could tell because I was specifically, because this film is all about the CGI, if I was looking more closely at it than I would at the average film. But I could tell like certain backgrounds, it was just like CGI. I don't know if they've done that to save costs. As opposed to going to like practical locations, but I could really tell like certain backgrounds that I wouldn't expect it to be. It was just CGI.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump on that one. I think the CGI is probably my biggest gripe as well. I just couldn't understand that sometimes, like you said, not to echo what you said word for word, but take Will Smith, his younger version. Sometimes he looked incredible, and other times he looked like he come straight from PS3. It was poor, and I just couldn't understand why. And when you said like, how did this get approved? I remember sitting there watching and thinking, wait, did they watch this back and just think, I've got a deadline, it's just gonna have to do? Like, honestly, I couldn't get it. And James, you talk about the bike scene being sick. I actually thought that had some of the most bogus CGI in the whole film. But something else I didn't really like about the film is just wasn't intense enough. I quite enjoyed the story. I thought the story was pretty good. I could buy into that, but it just none of the scenes were really that intense. They were just sort of like, at times it just felt like it was going through the motions, going to each destination until it's getting to the climax.
What about you? What didn't you enjoy about the film?
One of my gripes is that there was a mad amount of teleportation going on in this film.
How you mean?
So some people would all of a sudden be like, I don't know, like in Europe, and then they'd be in
halfway across the
world.
world.
Halfway across the world in like hours or something like that. And then there'll be like a scene where someone is back in America before someone else was, like long before them. How did you get here? Like, did you like go on some bullet train or something to like from all across the world? Or so? It's actually mad. Like, it's Game of Thrones level fast travel. Like, I just don't understand.
Must have had that Star Trek beam.
It was a bit mad. The CGI is mad, but I don't want to echo it too much because you did say it was the first of its kind.
Yeah.
So I think it's unfair to super go ham at it because they can only do so much for the first film, and essentially this film is like a sacrificial lamb, so to speak. So as the films progress, they will get better, and this type of like deep fake type of CGI will get so sick. We're gonna be like, raw, like it's like these films are sick, but we're not gonna appreciate where it actually came from. And I think we should give credit where credit's due. Is that this is probably gonna set and pave the way for better films. Time will tell, but this potentially paving the way for much better CGIs in the future.
It was just a bit off-putting at times because I know Ang Lee is the director for this film. He's a very visual director. He's directed such films as Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which is like a beautiful film to look at. And also, Exactly, off the charts. And also he directed Life of Pi, which is also very visual, very stunning film. Because we watch movies a lot, we can tell the tricks that they use. And obviously when they do stuff in the dark, it's easier to hide the CGI. And obviously the scene that we're talking about was in broad daylight, sun beaming down, and that's when it looks the worst. But even still, like at times from certain angles it would look horrible, but then when it's straight on it would look okay. But then when he's moving, it looks a bit wild. Now that we've had our discussion, what we liked, what we didn't like, we of course are gonna give you our score out of 10 and tell you if you should spend your money and go and see this film in cinemas. How would you score this film?
I'm gonna give this a 6.5. Yeah, should you go see it? I'm a bit on the fence about that. I think it's not a bad film. If you like, I'll tell you what, if you like Will Smith films, I think you should go watch it, because as an actor, he did very well in this film. And the story's not too bad. I mean, it's an action film. You're not going to expect to get some amazing story about it, but it was an alright film. And in terms of Will Smith's acting, it was very good.
So Adam, you're next.
Yep.
How would you score it?
First of all, should you go watch this film in the cinema? Probably not. You can probably wait. Will Smith's performances, because he gave 2, were very good. That was the highlight of the film. And you know, Ang Lee, like Miles says, is a visionary, but this film was less Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon and more Sleepy Kitty, Floating Fishy.
I was trash. What's that? Sleepy what? Sleepy Kitty, hidden fishy.
No hidden. Sleepy Kitty, Floating Fishy. Oh, anyway, with that said, James, you surprised me with your score. I rate it. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
Personally, as been previously said, given the trailer, I thought this film was going to be absolute trash. It wasn't absolute trash. Should you spend your money to go and see this film? I would say if you're looking for something to do, this is a solid film to see, but it's not a must watch. Will Smith done a great job, but at times the CGI is really off-putting, which is a shame. Sometimes you have to be the guinea pig so people can build off the back of what you've done. Like I said in the beginning, this film is like a vagina, but if this film was a vagina, would I come at my house for it? Probably not. But it was a solid.
Lies.
That is a lie, actually.
That is a lie.
That is a lie,
That is a
actually.
lie.
That being said, I would give this film a 6.5. So that has been our non-spoiler review for Gemini Man starring Will Smith. If you've seen the film, what did you think? Did we think we've been harsh? But our average score between the 3 agents is floating somewhere in the middle right here. And of course, if you like it, make sure you give us a like, a share and subscribe from all of us at Agents of S.C.R.E.E.N. Until the next video, which I'll be coming very, 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 very soon. Peace.